Takeout, a movie by Sean Baker, and probably his first real release. He did have a movie prior to this, but that one's like unavailable and no one really cares. This is the first like real Sean Baker movie, and it's a good movie. It does currently hold a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, if that means anything to you. It is a very good movie, and definitely deserving of being in the Criterion Collection. But it's not my favorite Sean Baker movie. It's fine. It's much more similar to, say, a Prince of Broadway than it is to a Tangerine or a Florida Project. And personally, I like the latter two a lot more than the former. And this case just falls into more of the former for me, which is not my favorite. It is a good movie, though. Starring Charles Young as Mingding, a Chinese food delivery driver who owes money to smugglers, I guess. I don't know what they're really called. The people that got him from China to America. He's currently in New York delivering Chinese food, and he owes them about $800 by the end of the day. Or they're going to double the amount of money that he owes them, which is a huge sum of money. The $800 is a single payment that he owes currently. He owes a lot of money to these people, and they're threatening to double it if he does not make his payment by the end of the day. So he borrows a bunch of money from friends and other people just around, and eventually realizes that he does not have enough, and he's going to have to make more than double his typical daily wage to pay off the entire $800. So speaking with coworker Young, played by Jing Hua-yu, he takes all of the deliveries for the day and is trying to earn enough tips to pay off the debt. And he mostly makes it. He gets most of the money before eventually, at the end, getting robbed at gunpoint. And that's really the whole movie. There's only two other important characters in the movie. The cashier, Big Sister, played by Wong Tai Lee, and the cook, Wee, played by Justin Wan. And that's the entire cast. Most of the rest of the movie is just him making deliveries. And again, it's a very good movie. It is a Sean Baker movie. Pretty much everything he's done has been good. We've discussed multiple other of his movies on this channel, and eventually we will get to them all, but most of his stuff is at least good to excellent, and in this case, I mean, it has a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. That has to count for something, right? Most people like this movie. I do just think it's a little boring. For me, it's not my favorite. This is definitely on the lower end of his movies, probably somewhere around the Prince of Broadway. Florida Project and Tangerine are just such incredible films. I think Adnora is somewhere in the middle, even though it won an Academy Award. I don't think it's his best film by far. That's somewhere in the middle. This is like a step below that. I do think it's better than Prince of Broadway in most senses. It's definitely just a more interesting and more well-paced movie, I think. It doesn't really overstay its welcome. Prince of Broadway kind of drug on for a little bit, but I think it's also just not nearly as interesting as some of his other movies. Some of his other movies have a little bit more going on, and just are a little bit more emotional, whereas this is emotional at the end to an extent, but most of the day-to-day is just like people talking, and like that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It is interesting to watch, but I think it kind of loses, like if it was any longer, I think it would just become boring, but it does lose a little bit of enjoyment, I guess, when it's just really him doing deliveries. Like, I feel bad for Mingding, but also it's really just him doing deliveries. There's not really any... There doesn't really seem to be the same amount of weight until the end where he gets robbed. At that point, the movie is very interesting, but that is the last maybe 20 minutes of the movie, from the point he gets robbed to the conclusion. So everything before that, for about 40 minutes, you're just watching him do deliveries, and it's not super interesting. It's fine. It's not bad by any stretch. But I don't think I'd watch it a second time, at least not anytime soon. This is not something I think I will revisit like I have with Florida Project multiple times. This is just okay. I honestly do not know why it's rated so highly. Maybe I'm just overlooking something. Maybe I should rewatch it. I don't know. But it just didn't do it for me in the same way that a lot of his other movies have. I do think it's better than Prince of Broadway, which is probably his second worst film. But again, when you have 6 movies total, and this is one of your worst, you're clearly doing something right. Watch the movie. It is absolutely worth a watch. It's just probably his least interesting movie, which isn't really, honestly, just is not really saying a lot. His worst movie is still better than most movies that come out anyway, so give it a watch. It is absolutely worth it. Just not my favorite from Sean Baker.